do like the black and white combo here.
It was hard.
Hey, everybody, we're back with the stars of the new movie Moving On, Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda. Jane Fonda.
Yeah.
I'll start with you on this one. You're both proud feminists, but Jane, you've said you're a late bloomer to feminism. That is surprising to me. You're no shrinking flower. You don't mind stirring the pot.
I had to be divorced.
You had to what?
I could not be married. I've been married 3 times.
Yeah.
I had to get that all out of the way because my marriages were not democratic. And so I couldn't be a really embodied feminist. I was, you know, when I was in my 30s and I was driving across country, a friend of mine in New York said, I'm looking out my window and I see 5,000 women marching and protesting in the streets for abortion rights. And I wrote in my journal, why is this a movement? Why are they protesting? It's such a waste of time when it was the Vietnam War is going on. I mean, I didn't understand, but over the years, I got to know Gloria Steinem and Robin Morgan and foundational feminists, and so I made movies that were women-centered, and I wrote books and everything, but when I was finally divorced, thank God, from my favorite ex-husband, I went and saw Eve Ensler's play Vagina Monologues, and she was performing it.
Yes.
Yeah, and she was performing the whole thing. She's now called V. And it was while I was laughing, I could feel my feminism moving from my head into my body, and I became an embodied feminist.
Lily, was there a moment? Young lady, Lily, there was a sort of profound moment when you sort of understood the goals or the needs for feminism?
Yes, but of course I was much younger. I was an usherette at the Avalon Theater in Detroit when I was 14.
Wow.
And I was working illegally.
No child labor laws at the Avalon Theater in Detroit?
Not too many.
This is in Michigan, Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Detroit, Michigan, right.
Yeah. How's the peyote, Jane? Go ahead. You're an usherette.
I'm an usherette, and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes with Rosalind Russell and, not Rosalind Russell, Jane Russell.
Yes.
Far Cry. And Marilyn Monroe were the stars of.
Sure.
And there was a middle-aged couple leaving the theater early while the film still was being exhibited.
Really?
And the wife is saying, come on, let's go. And the husband's drifting back. He has to watch the picture again and again. And she says, come on, they don't have any talent anyway. And he said, they don't need any.
And what did that mean to you at 14?
That hit me like I finally knew what a consciousness click was. And it just opened the vault. And I felt that, well, of course, that meant that the women were diminished. They were marginalized. They didn't have it, just how they looked was good enough. Right. That was all that was important, not what they were doing, how talented they were, what gifts they might have otherwise, just as human beings, more than just, you know, shaking and jiggling. It's what they were doing profoundly on the screen at that moment.
Yes.
I'm just politely listening.
Now, let's talk about women and talent, because you are back on screen together, starring in the new movie Moving On. Lily, I understand you called up the writer-director and
Paul Weitz.
And say, make this movie.
I said, why don't you write a movie for me and my
Sidekick.
my friend?
And he said, sure.
And he said, oh, that's good. He thought about it and he wrote one.
So what's it about?
It's a revenge movie, kind of.
You guys are the Revengers?
Well, she's sort of the wanting to be the revenger, and I'm kind of there to stop her and pound some sense into her head. But
that's not what happens.
And then I kind of I get in a groove too. Anyway, it's a black comedy. It's very funny.
I didn't even know it was a comedy.
Those are the best comedies. Those are the best comedies
And
when
she
the actors
was
don't
really
even know.
But no, but I seriously didn't. When I first saw the movie with an audience, you know, originally in the script, my first word was, I want to kill you. I'm going to do it this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, there was another scene in the final movie that comes first, but, you know, when I went to the theater and I said that line and the place burst into laughter. And I thought, well, I failed. I mean...
Evidently not. We should all fail so much. Now, we have a clip here. Can you explain what's going on in this clip? You both are in a car, and why?
A dog who figures into the play minimally, was barking and carrying on, and they were trying to leave where I lived. There was a parking lot, and the dog leaps out of the van finally and jumps into her arms and knocks her down and breaks her arm.
Oh.
So she's driving me to the emergency room.
Thank you for that
I should
tag
have
team
said
explanation. That's a partnership right there.
Yeah.
Jim.
So how's your hip?
My hip's fine.
So it's just your arm?
Yes, it's just my arm that seems broken.
I guess that's lucky. I mean, for your hip.
Yeah, oh, God, be careful.
Ow, ow, oh, my God.
That was a stop sign.
I can see that now.
How long has it been since you had a license?
8 years.
Lily, so lovely to see you again.
Is that the end of it?
It is the end. Jane, it was so lovely to see you.
Good to
Thank
see
you
you.
so much.
Thanks for having
Moving
us.
On will be in theaters on March 17th. It's Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin, everybody. We'll be right